Are bladder issues disrupting your day or waking you up at night more than you'd like? For many adults, especially those with diabetes, this isn't just an inconvenience. It's a constant struggle. According to the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, diabetes can damage the nerves that control your bladder. That means frequent urination, urgency, and even leakage could be linked directly to your blood sugar levels. This can feel frustrating, even isolating, but there is hope. Science shows that certain foods can naturally reduce bladder irritation and improve urinary control. Even better, these foods also support better blood sugar balance, giving you two benefits in one. In today's video, you'll learn about 7 powerful foods that help calm your bladder and support diabetic health. Stay until the end to discover the #1 food most doctors forget to mention. How often do bladder issues interfere with your daily routine? Let us know below. Every piece of information in this video has been thoroughly health checked, is unbiased, and backed by verified sources. You can also review all the citations, clearly listed in the video description, for full transparency. First in our list is green beans. If you've been searching for a vegetable that supports both bladder comfort and blood sugar stability, green beans deserve a spot on your plate. They are naturally low in oxalates, which means they're less likely to irritate your bladder lining compared to many other vegetables. For people dealing with bladder urgency, burning sensations, or overactive bladder, oxalates can be a hidden trigger that often goes unnoticed. Green beans also have a gentle effect on your digestive system, which is important because bladder irritation is sometimes linked to digestive inflammation. By choosing green beans, you're making a bladder-friendly choice that doesn't come with harsh after effects or discomfort. They're also incredibly versatile. You can steam them, stir-fry them lightly in olive oil, or add them to soups without losing their nutritional value. Now let's talk about why green beans are also a smart choice for people managing diabetes. These vegetables are low in carbohydrates and have a minimal impact on blood sugar levels after meals. That means you can enjoy a satisfying side dish without the blood sugar spikes that come from higher carb options like rice or potatoes. Plus, green beans are rich in fiber, which slows down digestion and help prevent rapid glucose absorption into your bloodstream. This can lead to better blood sugar control over time, especially when green beans are paired with a protein source like grilled chicken or boiled eggs. They also contain vitamin C, folate, and a good dose of antioxidants that help reduce inflammation, which benefits both your bladder and your overall health. If you're someone who wants a vegetable that's gentle, nourishing, and helpful for managing two major concerns, green beans should definitely be part of your routine. Try preparing them fresh instead of canned, since canned versions often come with added sodium, which can irritate the bladder in some people. For best results, cook them lightly and season with herbs instead of salt-based mixes to keep them bladder-safe and heart-friendly. Give green beans a try this week and see how your body responds. If you found this tip helpful, consider subscribing to the channel for more science-backed food insights like this one. What's your favorite way to cook green beans at home? Share it in the comments below. Next in our list is winter squash. When you think about bladder-friendly foods that are also diabetes-safe, winter squash is often overlooked, but it absolutely deserves more attention. Winter squash includes varieties like butternut, acorn, and kabocha, and they're all packed with nutrients that support both bladder health and blood sugar balance. One of the key benefits of winter squash is its rich vitamin A content, which helps maintain the health of mucous membranes, including the lining of your bladder. A healthy bladder lining acts as a protective barrier, reducing sensitivity and lowering the chances of irritation or urgency. Winter squash is also full of antioxidants, such as beta-carotene and vitamin C, which help reduce inflammation in your body and urinary system. This anti-inflammatory effect is crucial for people who experience recurring bladder discomfort or are prone to urinary tract issues. Now let's look at how winter squash benefits people managing diabetes. Despite being naturally sweet in taste, winter squash has a low glycemic index, which means it breaks down slowly in your body. This slower digestion helps prevent sudden spikes in blood sugar, making it a smart alternative to starchy foods like white potatoes or rice. Winter squash is also rich in soluble fiber, which plays a role in improving insulin sensitivity and slowing down glucose absorption. This means your post-meal blood sugar remains more stable and you'll feel full longer, which helps avoid unnecessary snacking. Another benefit is the presence of magnesium and potassium, two minerals that support healthy nerve function and fluid balance in the body. For people with diabetes-related nerve damage affecting the bladder, magnesium may offer additional support by improving nerve signaling and muscle control. To make the most of winter squash, try roasting it with a drizzle of olive oil and a sprinkle of cinnamon for a naturally sweet and savory side. Avoid deep frying or adding sugary glazes, as that could undo the blood sugar benefits you're aiming for. If you want a warm, soothing, and healing food that supports both your bladder and blood sugar, winter squash is an ideal choice. If you enjoyed learning about this underrated superfood, go ahead and like this video. It really helps more people find helpful health content. Have you ever tried cooking with butternut or acorn squash before? Let us know how you prepare it in the comments below. Moving on, we have potatoes. Now, you might be surprised to see potatoes on a list of bladder-friendly and diabetes-conscious foods, but not all potatoes are created equal. When prepared the right way, potatoes can be part of a balanced diet that supports your bladder while also helping you manage blood sugar levels. White potatoes, when boiled or baked without added fats or salt, are relatively neutral in acidity and gentle on the bladder lining. That means they are less likely to cause irritation compared to processed or heavily seasoned alternatives. Bladder health is often affected by foods that are spicy, overly salty, or high in artificial preservatives. Potatoes, in their plain form, avoid those triggers. Additionally, they contain vitamin B6 and potassium, which support nerve health and muscle function, both of which are essential for proper bladder control. Now let's explore the diabetic side of things. While potatoes do contain carbohydrates, their impact on your blood sugar depends heavily on how they're cooked and what they're paired with. Boiled or baked potatoes eaten with the skin on have a lower glycemic load compared to fried or mashed versions. When you combine potatoes with fiber-rich vegetables or lean proteins, the digestion process slows down, helping prevent those rapid blood sugar spikes. They're also a good source of resistant starch when cooked and cooled, which means they feed the good bacteria in your gut. A healthy gut has been linked to better insulin sensitivity, less inflammation, and even improved urinary tract function. Portion size matters too. One medium potato is usually enough to provide nutrients without overloading your system with starch. Avoid toppings like sour cream, cheese, or bacon bits, which can trigger bladder discomfort and add unnecessary fat and sodium. Instead, try seasoning your potatoes with bladder-friendly herbs like parsley or rosemary and drizzle a bit of olive oil for healthy fats. If you've been avoiding potatoes entirely, it might be time to give them another look with a healthier, more strategic approach. If this changed your view on potatoes, don't forget to comment below. I'd love to hear how you cook them at home. And while you're here, subscribe to the channel for more evidence-based food advice made just for your needs. Another great choice is whole grains. If you're managing both bladder health and diabetes, whole grains offer a powerful solution that supports multiple systems in your body at once. Whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, oats, and barley are rich in nutrients and fiber, and they're naturally bladder-friendly when prepared without heavy seasonings. Unlike refined grains, which can cause inflammation and blood sugar spikes, whole grains digest slowly and provide lasting energy without overstimulating your system. For bladder health, fiber is one of the most important components. It helps promote regular bowel movements, which reduces pressure on the bladder and lowers the risk of urgency and incontinence. Constipation can often worsen bladder symptoms, so keeping your digestive system moving also helps protect your urinary health. Whole grains also contain magnesium and selenium, two nutrients that may play a role in reducing inflammation in the bladder and urinary tract. Let's now talk about their role in diabetes management. Whole grains are low on the glycemic index and rich in complex carbohydrates that break down slowly in the body. This helps avoid sudden blood sugar spikes after meals and keeps glucose levels more stable throughout the day. The soluble fiber in oats and barley, in particular, has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and lower post-meal blood sugar. This makes whole grains especially useful for people trying to prevent diabetic complications or reduce dependency on medications. Incorporating them into your meals doesn't have to be complicated. Try starting your day with unsweetened oatmeal topped with a few nuts, or swap white rice for brown rice in your lunch or dinner. Avoid instant grain products, as these are often stripped of nutrients and may contain added salt or preservatives that can irritate the bladder. Stick to minimally processed whole grains for the best effect on both your bladder and your blood sugar. A simple switch in your grain choices can make a real difference in how your body feels and functions day to day. If you're enjoying these insights, go ahead and like this video. It helps us reach others who need this information. What's your go-to whole grain at home? Brown rice, oats, or something else? Share your answer in the comments below. Coming up next is nuts. If you're looking for a bladder-safe snack that also supports blood sugar control, nuts are one of the most powerful foods you can choose. They are naturally low in carbohydrates, which means they have very little effect on your blood sugar, even in small handfuls. More importantly for bladder health, nuts are non-acidic, non-irritating, and free from common bladder triggers like spice, caffeine, or preservatives. That makes them a great choice for people who experience urgency, frequency, or burning sensations linked to diet. Nuts like almonds, walnuts, and pistachios are also rich in magnesium, a mineral known to help relax muscles and reduce nerve-related discomfort. This may be especially helpful for those dealing with diabetic bladder issues caused by neuropathy or poor nerve signaling. Magnesium also supports overall bladder function by calming the bladder wall and improving control over urination. From a diabetes perspective, nuts provide healthy fats, protein, and fiber, all of which work together to slow digestion and support blood sugar stability. Studies have shown that people who regularly consume nuts tend to have better A1C levels and lower fasting glucose readings. That's because the fiber and protein in nuts reduce the glycemic impact of other foods eaten at the same time. You can use this to your advantage by pairing a few almonds or walnuts with fruit to reduce the overall blood sugar response. The anti-inflammatory properties of nuts are another benefit worth noting. Chronic inflammation can worsen both bladder conditions and diabetic complications, so foods that reduce it play a key role in long-term wellness. Just be sure to choose raw or dry roasted nuts without added salt, sugar, or flavor coatings, which can irritate your bladder or increase sodium levels. A small handful per day is usually enough to gain the benefits without overdoing the calories. You can sprinkle nuts over oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or simply enjoy them as a quick snack between meals. They're convenient, nutritious, and highly effective for managing both your bladder and your blood sugar naturally. If this section helped you rethink your snack options, consider subscribing so you never miss new tips like this one. What's your favorite type of nut and how do you like to enjoy it? Share your answer in the comments below. Don't miss eggs. Eggs are one of the most bladder-friendly proteins you can add to your diet, and they're also a top pick for people managing diabetes. Let's begin with bladder health. Eggs are low in acid, low in oxalates, and free from bladder irritants like caffeine, citrus, artificial colors, or spices. That makes them a clean, neutral food that's unlikely to trigger urgency, burning, or bladder discomfort in sensitive individuals. Because eggs are a high-quality source of protein, they also help support tissue repair and muscle function, including the muscles surrounding the bladder. Maintaining strong bladder muscles can help reduce leakage, improve urinary control, and provide more confidence throughout the day. Now let's explore why eggs are also great for diabetes support. Eggs have a glycemic index of 0, which means they do not raise your blood sugar levels at all when eaten alone. They provide long-lasting satiety, which helps reduce between-meal snacking and keeps your appetite in check, especially important if you're trying to manage weight. Eggs are also rich in choline and B vitamins, which help support nerve health and may protect against diabetic nerve damage, including bladder neuropathy. The protein in eggs slows digestion when eaten with carbohydrates, preventing sharp blood sugar spikes that often follow high-carb meals. This makes eggs a smart breakfast base when paired with vegetables or whole grains like oats or quinoa. Just be mindful of how you prepare them. Fried eggs with butter or bacon can increase saturated fat and sodium, which may aggravate both bladder sensitivity and cardiovascular risk. Instead, try boiling, poaching, or scrambling your eggs in olive oil or avocado oil for a healthier option. Adding chopped spinach or parsley can increase fiber and provide extra antioxidant support without any bladder irritation. Eggs are inexpensive, accessible, and incredibly versatile, making them a practical choice for anyone looking to eat better and feel better. If this section gave you a fresh perspective on eggs, please like the video. It truly helps us educate more people in need. How do you usually prepare your eggs at home? Share your go-to recipe or routine in the comments below. Finally, we have water. It might seem too simple to be on this list, but water is absolutely essential for both bladder function and diabetes management. Your bladder depends on adequate hydration to flush out bacteria, toxins, and irritants that can build up and cause discomfort or infections. When you don't drink enough water, your urine becomes more concentrated, which increases irritation and makes symptoms like burning or urgency feel worse. For people with diabetes, staying hydrated is equally important. According to the Mayo Clinic, high blood sugar can cause excess urination, which increases your risk of dehydration and worsens bladder control. When you're dehydrated, your body struggles to regulate temperature, circulate nutrients, and remove waste effectively, including waste filtered through the kidneys and bladder. Drinking enough water also helps prevent kidney stones and urinary tract infections, both of which are more common in people with elevated glucose levels. So how much water should you drink? A general goal is about 8 cups per day, but this varies depending on your age, activity level, and current blood sugar control. If you're exercising, spending time in heat, or experiencing frequent urination due to high blood sugar, you may need even more. It's best to sip water throughout the day instead of consuming large amounts all at once. This helps your body absorb it more efficiently and avoids putting sudden pressure on the bladder. Also, choose plain filtered water whenever possible. Flavored waters, sodas, and juices often contain artificial sweeteners, caffeine, or acidic additives, all of which can irritate the bladder lining. If you want variety, try infusing water with cucumber slices or a few mint leaves, both of which are cooling and bladder safe. Staying properly hydrated may not feel like a big change, but over time, it can dramatically improve how your bladder functions and how you feel overall. It's a simple habit that offers powerful protection, especially when you're living with diabetes. If you learned something valuable today, be sure to subscribe. We're here to bring you trusted, science-backed insights every week. How many cups of water do you usually drink in a day? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Now that you've learned about these powerful foods that support both bladder health and diabetes management, the next step is to begin adding them into your routine. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Just start by making 1 or 2 small, intentional changes with the foods we discussed today. Maybe that means switching from white rice to quinoa, adding more green beans to your dinner, or simply drinking a few extra glasses of water daily. Even modest adjustments like these can create meaningful improvements over time, especially when it comes to bladder comfort and blood sugar stability. Remember, Your body responds to consistency, so what you choose every day has the power to protect your health and boost your confidence. Living with diabetes doesn't mean you have to live with discomfort or bladder issues forever. With the right food choices, you can take real control back into your hands, one meal at a time. If this video gave you even one helpful idea, I'd be truly grateful if you gave it a like. Your support helps this channel grow and reach more people who are struggling with similar health challenges. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We release new science-backed tips every single week that are easy to follow and designed for your lifestyle. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these foods are you planning to try first this week? Share your answer in the comments. We always read everyone,